Welcome back to yet another technical analysis. It's been a week since we made the last video, and let's get started now. Today we're taking a look at POL Polymatic coin, and what we are seeing or what we are expecting to kick it off quickly is a bullish movement towards these two CME gaps, so this one and this one. They are pretty huge, so let me show you. This one especially, basically in the span of, let me take the percentage wise, not to lie to you. So we have like 16% of CME gap to be filled in the upward movement. And if we zoom out, we see that price is nowhere near the CME gap. So while let's go to the daily time frame quickly as well, we see that we had formed a local bottom here near the 15 cents, let's call it. Then we had a nice breakout and basically been trading inside this supportive zone, which was secured in those regions here again, and also here as well, and in the between of this 100 EMA. So before we go to the smaller time frames, we want to see basically an upward movement to the 50 cents area. And ideal entry for us, of course, would be after breaking this 100-ish or 100 EMA line. But of course, if you want to go, you just go from here. Dollar cost average the position. The first entry should be smaller, so 1%. If we fall further, then 1% and again 1%. Now, if we go from here, this would be the 2% entry area and stop loss would be closer to here. So risk and reward ratio in both ways is still pretty good. And let's drag it like this now. So in both cases, risk and reward ratio is basically 1 to 5 on the previous analysis where we not analysis, but previous this entry point where entry was here. And currently the risk and reward ratio is 1 to 4. So either way, or not 1 to 4. Yeah, 1 to 4.5 basically. So with that being said, now going to the small time frames before we go to hourly time frame, want to go to 4 hour time frames. Well, we see that we had some zones of weaknesses. We had this attempt of breakdown near this region recently during the basically enter of the weekend, or no, it was the Friday actually. So, and then of course buyers quickly bought up this dip. Now, as long as we stay below this line on the 4 hour time frame, we are looking for the bullish moment. And of course, again, the EMA lines is our priority as of now. So on both daily and 4 hour time frame, we want to see an upward movement. Now, going for the smaller trades is as soon as you break this 200 EMA line, what we are going to look for is basically, give me the Bollinger Bands as well, actually. Bollinger Bands. And I want to see the Bollinger Bands line on the daily time frame to quickly mark them for us. So let's put it here. Aligned with 100 EMA as well, actually. So this would be our target as of now. Now let me remove the Bollinger Bands. And on the hourly time frame, the trading setup would be something like this. So 15% of potential movement to catch and stop loss would be closer to this area. So in this case, risk reward ratio is still pretty good because 1 to 5, basically 1 to 4.5 or something like this. Wait, not 1 to 5, 1 to 3 or 1 to 2.5. 1 to 5 is way too much because it wasn't the daily time frame. So what we need is the breakout from this area, and as of now we see that buyers are slowly approaching this area. Once we see the proper breakout similar to this one here and with a proper retest, successful one though, this was unsuccessful, it was the breakdown, then choppy one. In this case we should have had the breakout here and then this would be our entry, but currently entry point is this. As soon as we break out, we would open a small position like 0.5% of portfolio. Upon retesting, opening again like 2%, so in total 2%, which means adding 1.5% of portfolio into the position, and from here on we just go into the upward movement. First target would be, let me take broader look here. First target would be actually this area here, the zone of liquidity, where we might see some sort of resistance line. Upon reaching this area, we would drag the stop loss here, and secondary target would be this area here. And of course, third target would be 25 cents. So multiple ways to go. Overall, POL coin is still pretty bullish in our opinion. This is one coin that we still hold into long term. And on the bigger time frames, of course, it's easy to do like 2.5x on this trade. So there's nothing much more to talk about. As long as price stays above this line or the smaller time frames, we're going to look for a long position. And as long as price basically stays above this area here, so this is a zone of liquidity for us, we call it this way. So I would even drag the stop loss in this region slightly lower. So as long as we are above these lines, we are bullish for the long term on the POL coin. So once again, there is nothing much more to talk about here, and I won't waste any more time of yours. So as always, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.